Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-122A. It's a Tier 5 Soviet SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Murovanka, and this one is under the command of Fork Hu2. Yes, it's one of my replays, and yes, Fork Hu2 is one of my pseudonyms, one of my accounts. Well, the SU-122A. Tier 5 Soviet. It's got a 152mm howitzer as its main armament, and it's capable of doing 600 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 7 meters. Now, the one thing about it is that you don't get a whole lot of ammunition, only 15 rounds, very small amount of ammo, so you have to make those rounds count, otherwise, yep, you're going to run out of ammo very quickly, and, well, it's very difficult to shoot this thing because it does have a very narrow arc of fire. So unless you let the aim settle on the target, you will be getting very inaccurate shots. Well, I've found a firing position and I'm looking towards the south. Okay, well, in the Magic Forest we found a T-34-100, and right in the middle of the map we've seen an M10 RBFM moving across. I fire a snapshot, and it does work. I managed to get a hit for 218 hit points. Slow down that M10. It looks like his driver's dead, or maybe his engine's gone. But he's now fair game for that G1R, who fires one in. He won't last long. I've marked him as target, and he goes down. So, a good hit for the first shot. But we're looking around for our next target. It's a BDR-G1B behind the church, which is a position I normally go to, actually. It's actually quite useful on Murovanka for getting shots at the enemy when they think they have the advantage. Well, I fired what was basically a snapshot there, and it didn't work on a Panzer IV-H, so I'm dialing a bit more tightly on that BDR-G1B. But instead, I've gone over to the Magic Forest, and yeah, we've got 3 tanks over there. A 40TP, a Strib 42, and a T-34-100. But they're moving about so quickly that it would be difficult to get an accurate shot at this range. So instead, I'm shooting at the heavy corner. And lo and behold, we've got an Oni turn up. Rounds out, direct hit for 24. He's stunned, he's pulling back. He obviously didn't like that. I'm lined him up for another shot, but the reload time is 26 seconds, so yeah, it's going to be a little while before I can shoot again. Almost ready to go, and we're ready. Now, an M4A1 is actually doing the spotting for us at the moment. There's no heavy tanks on that corner on our opposite side. Normally there would be somebody over there. And our forces over in the Magic Forest seem to be doing quite well. With 2 tanks up on the enemy at the moment. And the heavy tank has not reappeared. But over on the other side of the map we can see a VK3601H hanging back from the enemy fire. Or hanging back from Alpha guys. And I'm dialing in on that position. There he is, he's moved. Rounds out, long flight time for the shell, and I get a hit for 221. He's stunned, he pulled back a bit, and I'm reloading. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be moving about very much, and according to the mods, it suggests that he's actually hasn't got the top gun, he's actually got a stock gun. Fire a second round at him. Long flight time, gets another direct hit for 173, and the T-20 is now going in to do some damage while he's stunned. I've marked him as target. The T-20 is obviously taking that on board, and he goes down to enemy fire. In fact, actually, he was still tracked at that point, so I picked up some damage assist. Okay, we've got an IKV-103. It's a Swedish Tier 5 tank destroyer. He's hiding down there, and he's just been killed. Now, T-20 from the enemy team just rams our T-20. And I think our T-20 is going to die because he's got very low hit points. Yep, he has. And the enemy one looks like he's using that wreck for cover. And he's backing away from our guys, so I fire a round in. Unfortunately, he stops where he was, moves forward again. So that shot was a miss. But now he's well and truly cornered, and he's a goner. Okay, that only I fired that earlier. He suddenly appeared on the other side of the map. He didn't like going up Heavy Alley because he was being hit so often. And there he is again, and I'm almost loaded, and I'm fully dialed in. Rounds out. Direct hit for 247 right into his side. I'm reloading. I think he's still there because shells are headed in that direction. Even though I can't see him, I think my teammates are firing at him. So I'm holding my aim in that general area. And there he is again. I'm almost loaded. Going to go for another shot. He's pulling back. Rounds out. Direct hit again for 206. He's not a happy bunny. He's been tracked and he is taking damage. And I'm going to try another shot if I can, because he's now so low on hit points. Oh, I don't need to. He's already been killed. And that means now there's only 3 enemy tanks left. They've got that BDR-G1B, who was last seen near the church. They've got an IKV-90B, and they've got an Arty, a Fifi, a 105 FH-18B2. Okay. Well, I'm dialed in on the BDR's last known position, because I'm anticipating he's still there. They found the IKV-90B. There he is. Right way down there. It's a tier 6 battle and I'm tier 5 Arty, so I must have done fairly well so far for hitting all these opponents. But there's the Fifi. Rounds out on the Fifi. Long range shot. Splashes him for 139. The T-67's right in his rear, shooting up his ass. And he's a goner. There's the IKV. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but that IKV driver is a lot better than some of the other players on our team. And yep, he's just killed our T-67. And he's now about to engage that Stug 3G. I fire around at the IKV, just wing him for 117, but he's taken out our Stug. And now he's facing 5 opponents. So it's Kolobanov time for him, because he's the last one alive. You see, he's knocking down a tree. He's providing some cover so he can shoot at our teammates when he comes up there. But I know he's in that area, so I'm firing around in. I fired one in, but he actually moved to one side. So I missed him on that occasion. But I'm dialing in on that position because I don't think he's going to move very far. I think he likes that firing position. It's quite a strong one. KV2's moving in on him. I've marked him as target. He's killed the KV2 now. So he's only got 4 to kill now, including me. Rounds out again on the IKV. And he dodges it again. Almost like he knows the shell's coming in that direction. So long as he keeps on the move, he should be able to avoid the shells. So there's only 3 left on our team now. 3 tanks, that is, and 1 Arty. There he is. I'm not loaded, so I've marked the target and rounds out straight away. And I wing him for 190 this time. So it makes him a one shot, only 24 hit points. So my teammates should be able to get him no problem. I think that was a shot there from the bathtub, the S-35CA, but it missed him. Only just. The Black Prince has gone to cap, which I think is a very bad move. Because that IKV will kill him if he sits in the cap. He's a big target and the IKV's got a very good 90mm gun. Now if we see a reset, then that shows the IKV did do a shot. And I've decided to move closer because I'm not happy about this. I need to get closer to see if I can actually help my team. I'm just too far away at the moment. I should have moved closer a lot sooner. We don't know where the IKVB is going, but he could be headed north actually for all we know. In fact, that's exactly what he's doing. He's heading my direction and I'm dialing in on his position, lining him up for a shot, and the bathtub gets him, thank goodness. So that was a very tight victory, that was. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for 4Q2 in the SU-122A, and yes, it's my first ace tanker on this Arty on this account. Yes, I've actually been working my way up the Soviet line because I neglected that one on this account. I've actually got virtually to tier 10 on the other lines, but on the Soviet line I didn't actually move up. So yes, this was quite a nice first battle to get the ace tanker on, because I also got my first mark of excellence during this battle. I got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and I got a Confederate because I hit 6 of the enemy without any kills. So all those enemies were taken down by teammates. My win rate for the game was 3,349. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to that IKB-90B. He got 2,722 hit points of damage, picked up a Radley Waters medal, a high caliber, and a top gun. So you see, he was a very good player. 2,722 hit points of damage in that game. The second highest damage went to our T67, who got a Confederate with 2,299, and I got the third highest damage with 1,561. When it came to kills, though, it was the IKB-90B again. He got 8 kills in that game, and basically some of those guys basically just offered themselves to him at the end of the game, just driving straight in without any support. And of course, he was quite a good player, so he just took them out. No problem whatsoever for him. In fact, actually, we'll see if he's actually got an anonymized name, because we can do that. We can just have a quick check. Has he got an anonymized? No, that is his real name, Mac Hammer. And yes, so good player. Not a great win rate, fair amount of battles, and a fairly good personal rating, but I'm sure he'd be very happy with those score, so well done to him. When it came to base XP, well, it was the T67 who did the best. He got 1,057 base experience points, the Black Prince got 911, and I got 861. I fired 13 rounds, so I only had 2 rounds left at the end of the game. 6 direct hits, no penetrations, but 10 splash. Damage of 1,561 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I damaged 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but I did get 105 hit points of damage assist and 671 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. On a premium count, I earned 42,582 credits, got 21,291 credits from personal reserves, total 63,873. And after ammunition resupply, and these shells are quite expensive actually, considering that they are 152mm shells, 53,343 credits profit. 1 bomb for getting the Confederate, and 1,291 XP, 5,168 for completing the mission events, 645 from personal reserve, took away 7,105 altogether. So not a bad game for me to get the ace and the first mark of excellence. It could have been oh so different if I hadn't taken away some of those hit points off the IKB-90, because I actually got him for 307 hit points and struck him twice and knocked out 2 of his modules during that game. But the thing is, he was a very good player in terms of what he actually did. So it could have ended very differently if he'd actually come north, shot me, and then come back to kill the bathtub and the Black Prince. But he decided to stick around that bottom area for far too long, probably, and that's probably why he got taken out in the end. If he hadn't made himself a nice little nest, I wouldn't have kept firing in there, and in the end he lost too many hit points and the bathtub got him. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.